Well, we turn our attention now to Dicot leaves. This is a picture from your book on page 110. And how do we characterize dicot veins? They form a what? A network. A network, netted venation or a network of veins. And what's this real big vein? That is the mid vein down the middle of the leaf. And so when you do your leaf drawings, one thing I would like you to avoid when you draw the leaves is this large mid vein. In other words, what are we looking at here? We're looking at the same thing as this, cut through this large mid vein of this particular leaf. So let's stay away from that. It's got a lot of interesting features, but when you make your drawing, I'd like you to move out a little farther. I'd like you to take a section, maybe from say right here to right over here, and draw a section of the leaf that includes a couple of these veins. And so what do we see? We see layers, kind of a compact layer toward the top, kind of a loose and open layer toward the bottom. And so we looked in our book. We saw this picture on page 108 in your textbook that helped us find names for these various layers and tissues and things. And so let's look at some of those. This is the very top. And so this layer of cells would be called the what? The upper epidermis, right? And what's this? The waxy cuticle. And what mesophyll are we in right now? Looking at right now, the palisade mesophyll, tall, thin cells, you might say. Palisade mesophyll. What does mesophyll mean? Middle of the leaf. Palisade refers to the shape, a tall, kind of thin shape, taller than it is wide. It's kind of a palisade shape, palisade mesophyll. What kind of actual cells are they? What tissue is it? Palisade mesophyll mainly refers to the shape and the location. Palisade being, again, taller than wide, and mesophyll just means what? The middle of the leaf. But what kind of tissue? Yeah, that's right, chlorenchyma. And so here we see the whole picture. We have across the top the what? The upper epidermis. What do you have on that? The waxy cuticle. What area are we in right now? The palisade mesophyll. Down here is the what? Spongy mesophyll. Here's the what? Lower epidermis. We see a vein here, another vein over to the right. And so sometimes the veins appear sort of circular, sometimes kind of long. What's the deal with that? Well, it has to do with the angle at which they're cut. The veins are going in all directions because what form do the veins take? They take a form of a network, as opposed to what? With the monocots, the monocots are parallel, but this is dicot, so we have a network of veins. And so again, some of them appear round, some of them appear long. Just depends on what angle the vein was cut. What angle the vein was cut. And so, in a particular vein, what tissue is on top? Well, you can see it here. You can see kind of red stained tissue and a lighter tissue toward the bottom. So the tissue on top of the vein is what? It's what? Xylem. And the bottom of the vein, it is what? Phloem. Let's see it closer. Yeah. We have xylem on the top, and we have what down here? Phloem. Xylem on the top, phloem on the bottom. Here's another one. Cut at a long angle. What's this on the top of the vein? Xylem. What's this on the bottom of the vein? Phloem. Anytime we see the slinky look, we know that that's what kind of tissue. This slinky look, it is xylem. How did that happen? Secondary cell wall was formed. It was a continuous layer, but as the xylem cell stretched, the secondary cell wall pulled apart, forming kind of a slinky look. Yes, indeedy. Now we turn our attention to stomata, singular stoma, plural stomata, the opening, and we see on the bottom of this leaf, we see one of those openings. We see another one down here. And so how come they don't look like the picture we just looked at? What are these two cells, by the way? They are what? Guard cells. Oh, here's another stoma down here. Two guard cells. How come they don't look like the one we just saw? Like two kind of like bananas or something? That's because of the way it's cut. It's cut longitudinally, and so it's cutting down through the guard cells, and so that's sort of how it looks. So here is up a little closer and personal. This is what's the opening called again? a stoma. What are these two cells? What? Guard cells. What is this right here? Lower epidermis. What's this area right here? Spongy mesophyll. Yes, indeedy. One last picture here. A look at a stoma. Here's the stoma. Here's the two what's? The two guard cells. And that's the end of the Dicot leaf show, folks. All right. Bye-bye.